right, good morning, everybody, and welcome to Stock Analysis Friday. Great to have you all here. And today is January 24th, 2025. All right, so we're getting ready to wrap up January here, another week or so, and we'll be done with the first month of the new year. Time is moving fast. All right, so we're going to take a look at I'm going to take a look at Bitcoin today. I want to start out with that. But go ahead and type in your symbols, because the purpose of Stock Analysis Friday is for me to analyze stocks or ETFs that you'd like me to look at. And while you guys are getting set up, I will cover the Bitcoin market, and then we'll move on. So go ahead and type those in the comments area and type them all caps if you don't mind. About 3 at a time, and tell me if you're long or short. That way I can tailor the review based on what you need. All right, first thing, of course, we have to go over are the risks involved in trading. Like I always say, without that risk, there is no opportunity. So the two really do go hand in hand. But you need to be aware of the risk and prepare for it as best as you can. Also, too, definitely check with your financial advisor or whoever manages your money to be sure any of the recommendations that we suggest here are suitable for you. I don't know your personal situation, but certainly they can. And when I give an analysis, I'm basically using the charts, okay? There may be other people getting involved at the same time that you decide to take that position, so be aware of that. And also, too, realize that past performance doesn't guarantee future performance, and we deal in a realm of probabilities. And please use money you can afford to risk in the markets called risk capital. For those of you interested in a kind of a cool way to get started in day trading, I highly recommend Apex Trader Funding. They've been around the longest, and this is a great way for you to start a day trading career. And they start you off with a evaluation account. Once you prove yourself in that evaluation account, then of course you can go into a fully funded account where you can actually earn money. The payouts are in front of you. I haven't updated the screen in quite some time, so they've or even got the newer results in for last year, at the close of last year, and so far at the beginning of this year. So I'll post that next time we meet. But it's a good organization. I mean, I've been with them for quite a while, and they give you free data as well. So for a very modest subscription fee, they give you a lot of cool features. So I strongly suggest that. I put a coupon and a link up there where you can actually save money going forward as well. All right, now my new book, The Art of Trading, is now officially out, and it is being shipped. In fact, let me just cut my cam on for one quick second. There's the book right here, just to let you know it is official. It is out. Pretty thick book, 608 pages. I think it's probably the best book I've ever written, so I'm pretty excited about hearing some feedback. It literally just shipped, so it's kind of brand new out there. So certainly willing to answer any questions anybody have on the book as well. All right, I also have other books, as you can see in front of you, money management books, Elliott Wave books, etc. And certainly you can go through those as well. Trading software, we've got the ART, the OWL, PTF, TLM, and ERI indicators. We have scanning software. We're not going to be using that today. And risk control software, we won't be using that during our presentation today as well. But all this information, I'll put some links on the recording where you can check that out as well. And then no YouTube presentation would be complete without somebody mentioning, please like us, right? Most of you here are already subscribed, so I don't think we have to worry about that. But if you're viewing the recording and you want to subscribe, hey, knock yourself out, right? All right, so let me go ahead and get rid of this screen here and go right into Bitcoin. And before I get started, just a quick summation of what you're looking at here. These are our scanners up here. We're not going to use those today, but they are up there. Then we have 3 charts. We have a 60-minute chart here, a daily chart here, and a weekly chart here. Notice all the symbols. I have Bitcoin up there right now, but all the symbols are the same. And then we have our software loaded onto it down here, as well as our price action software there called the ART software. Then occasionally I'll draw some fibs. You may see me do an Elliott wave count, et cetera, et cetera. But that is what we're looking at. So I want to talk a little bit about Bitcoin right now, and then I'll get into your particular stocks. But on the Bitcoin situation, we're kind of at a critical area here again. Longer term, I'm pretty confident as I can be that we're going to see more highs. My target for Bitcoin is anywhere around 120,000 up to 150,000 on this next extensive move to the upside. So that's kind of my target. The only question I see on this is that we did not quite retrace enough down here during that last correction. We came close, but 70% of the time they do reach here. So when they don't, that's a little cause for concern. 15% of the time, they're a little shallow. And that's what happened over here. And then 15% of the time here, they get a little deeper, but don't go above what they call wave 1 in terms of an Elliott wave count. All right, so this would be a wave 4 target. This would be a 3 and 4. Now, we had maybe a 3, we may have had a 4, and we may go right up now into that target way up around wave 5, okay? Or what we could do here, this could be actually wave 3, this could have been a minor 4 inside 3, and now we may head down there before we go up. But both of the longer term outcomes is going higher. That's the key. The question is, are we going to do it right away? Or are we going to take another spill down before going up? The only thing is if we go down again, this would be another buying opportunity, not a selling time. So look at it that way. That could give us a break to buy. And then that means the highs wouldn't come until later at the end of this year. So we're either going to get the highs quick or we're going to take another spill and get them a little later. Now, a couple of things that I've drawn on this chart. This is a bearish, I'll put bear, fair value gap, okay, this gray area in here. So we're hitting this, all right, we went a little higher, but these usually can act as areas of support, or if prices do get on top of them significantly, they can be areas of resistance. And we're kind of right smack in the middle of that right now. And so it's going to be interesting to see how the market behaves. Does it come down and then use it as support one more time and go down? Or is it going to go up, use it as support this way and go to the upside? So we'll have to wait and see. That's why I say it's kind of in a critical area. These are all bullish fair value gaps here, and they have not been hit yet. And that is another cause for concern because they usually do get hit. And then the market rebounds from there because they act as support. So then that would qualify another reason for it to go back into the target before it goes up. So we're going to kind of take a look at this thing and see how it unfolds, and maybe we'll have some more information in another week or so. All right, so I just want to cover that real quickly because I think that's kind of an important thing. And good morning to you, Jim, as well. Al, good morning to you. And good to have you all here. All right, let me go up and see if there is, okay, so here we got Stuart. All right, so he's looking to go long on a stock symbol called PAGS. So let's take a look at that one. Give that a second to load. All right, so not a bad one to consider right now. My only issue with this one, Stuart, is if you look on the far right-hand side, I'm going to circle the bearish PTF on that far right side. So that's indicating that we don't have a bottom yet. All right. So that's my only reason for, okay, not going long in terms of a long-term play. Now, that does not mean we may not get a rebound, and we could get a rebound. And that rebound actually could be quite significant in its own right. So we could get a rebound up to $9.47 to 11, and we're at 681. So if you put your stop at the very bottom, your risk to reward would be absolutely fine, almost 3 to 1 if we hit up there. But you have a very strong owl here. We do have bullish divergence here. We do have green over here. So it looks like it may be heading up to that target here, but I'm not going to recommend it at this time because technically we still have a red owl on the daily chart as well. But I would put this one on a watch list for everybody, okay? So let's make sure we add that one to our watch list and keep an eye on that. So that is PAGS on the watch list. Thank you, Stuart, for that. And let me just put his symbol up there, and there it is. Okay.
Search pyramid trading point exit now.
All right, so let's see what else we got cooking here. All right, and yes, Al, thanks for purchasing the book. Hope you enjoy it. All right. Okay, anything else? Let's take a look at UNG. This is the ETF for natural gas. And this is one that we are bullish on. If you subscribe to our market opportunity report, which is a weekly report with a market video that I do every Sunday, this is on our buy list, okay, and has been for quite some time. So UNG, we're bullish on. Our target's 45 to 66. We're at about 17.72. Stop can go at the bottom here, and your risk to reward is phenomenal on this one as well. So like this one, let me just throw that one out there as a recommendation, and I will put that on the buy list, okay, so we just keep track of that. All right, good. Let's see what else is going on here. We've got Stuart with ELV. All right. And he's watching these, and this is the insurance industry. I don't know, with all the fires in California, Stuart, I'm not so sure. But in any case, definitely on the daily chart, we're moving up, very similar to PAGS we looked at in that we have a red PTF, but we have movement to the upside on the short time frames. So therefore, let's just take a look and see what we're looking at for a possible retracement area. So we're at 398.91, and we're looking at a 439 to 486 possible retracement target. Again, red PTF on that. We may or may not get to that range because it can sell off again, make one more bottom. We haven't really had a hook down yet, so I'm not going to recommend this one as of yet. But let's again keep this one on a watch list. Once this one makes the next new low, so to speak, that may be a good area for us to really look at this for a significant bullish run at that point. All right, so keep an eye on that. Let's take a look at CI. And see what that shows. Okay, so we have on this one, we have a red PTF on both the 60 and the daily. So that's a no-go. And we've already come up to a possible retracement area. We're getting kind of close to this area here. We're kind of in the target. So I would say no at this time for a long trade. If it rolls over, you might even have a decent short trade at some point. All right, let's go to Al here. USAU long with a question mark. Let's take a look. All right. So on this one here, it's been moving up off its pullback here, and a nice bottom here. Not sure if we looked at this one before, Al, but this would not have been a bad one to get in off our pyramid trading point here at this point here when it broke out. Little concern because we're starting to see a little bit of bearish divergence here. And we're at the halfway point here. We do have a bullish pyramid here. Maybe we're going for the liquidity up here at this point. But at this particular point, we're kind of, in a trend that's been going on really since October of last year. And if we draw a trend line straight up, something like this, all right, you can see the bullish run. And maybe we'll make another high, but maybe not. Okay, before we have another pullback. So I'm not getting a clear picture on this in terms of a trade. So I would probably back off at this particular point. If you're in it, you're following the pyramids up, you just use the pyramid. But as you can see here, we have bearish divergence even building on the 60-minute chart. And so that would be maybe some form of top here that we're getting close to. So I think it's just too late to get in, okay? So I would pass on that one. All right, let's take a look at the Walmart WMT. Okay, so again, if you were long, I would say terrific, stay with it. Use our pyramid trading point stop right here. And, you know, the pyramids just nailed this thing, okay? So basically, this was a big winner. You could have doubled your money on this one. All right, easily, okay? So where are we now? We're kind of at the mature part of a trend, and we have a red owl here. So I'm thinking we're going into a wave 4. This is the finish of a wave 3. Doesn't get any more prettier than that, right? So if it goes into a wave 4, let's just see if we got the right area set here. Yeah, let's use that, I think. So I'm thinking probably a pullback to 74.5, roughly to $61 before it goes up again. Now, it may make one more quick little high, okay? But it's risky, okay? Is it risky to get in here, or would it be less risky to get in down here or even here, right? Because this was a breakout right here. So I think it's just too late in the trend to get in, okay? I do think more highs are coming. We have green PTFs across the board, but I personally would wait for the pullback and then take a look at it. And I do think that will be a good buy once we get a decent pullback on that. All right, thanks. Let's take a look at FOXA. FOXA. All right, on this one here, very similar situation. Okay, pyramids, boy, nailed it on this one too. You literally could gone in down here, even if you waited for the breakout, that would be 32 and taken it all up to where we are now with the stop sitting right here. Okay. And since you got a red PTF, you could have scaled down on this pyramid some. So this would have been a beautiful long trade. It's too late to go long. All right. Maybe possibly a short trade for a wave 4 could be considered here. All right. With a stop above the top. And that would be something I think maybe would look pretty good. A little on the risky side until we take out this bottom here, but we got red here, we got red here. So I'm going to put this actually FOXA as a good short trade. All right. I think, you know, the risk to reward is phenomenal on that. Target would be 42 to 37. Let me see if we have any fair value gaps up here. Got tons of liquidity below. We do have a bullish fair value gap here. So that may mean one more high before we see it, but we have a bullish price bar here. So yeah, I would say this is pretty close, and I'll put this on a short sell list, okay? All right, let's keep going here. Al is back with ROKU, R-O-K-U, long. All right, so we have a little bit of a bottoming formation here. I like that on the weekly chart. We've had some move up. I don't see any red PTFs on this one. We have a consolidation here. So we have a entry here long term. We have a consolidation here. And we have a fairly good significant bottom here. All right, so now what you could do on this, you're in a channel here, right? Wait for the breakout to go long. And we're pretty darn close to seeing that. And we have, it looks like maybe after today, we may have, well, we have a fair value gap down here and one here. So I'm thinking, yeah, that looks okay for a long trade. ROKU. All right. So certainly from a standpoint of the weekly chart. So where is this thing going is the next question. Well, it probably depends on how long you want to hold it. Okay. You're probably going to get up to this equity level here. They'll probably take that out at 100. But there may be a more significant trade here if you hold it to a retracement value on the long-term chart of 213 to 323, but that's going to require you holding it for a good year to 2 years. I don't know if you want to do that. So short term, I think these equity levels, the way I would play that is if I went long here, okay, then this would be target 1. This would be target 2. So probably if I get above here, I'd scale out some here, move my stop up as much as I can, so I ensure a profitable trade, and then put my second target on top at 110. Okay. All right, let's keep going here. PTSG. PTSG. Let's see what's cooking on that one. Let me make sure I type that in correctly. Check that. Okay, yeah, it's loading. Okay. All right, wasn't sure if I had the right symbol. All right, so let's see what we got cooking here. 60-minute chart is not loaded yet. Hopefully that'll load in a little bit. But in the meantime, looks like we had a big move down. We had some bottoming here. Not a lot of liquidity here on this one. As you can see, it's very spotty. And my only problem with this one is I think I'd want to wait for this pyramid to get taken out on the weekly chart. So PTSG is not a buy right now. And I don't want to say go long and put your stop down here, because what happens if this channel lasts several more months? Then you have your money tied up doing nothing, right? I do think if it goes, okay, it could be quite a significant run. There's not a lot of history on this. And this is, you know, a penny stock to begin with. So I don't really like to recommend those. So that's a little bit shaky at this time, and I definitely wouldn't do it. All right, let's see what else we got here. ANAT. All right, again, if you're thinking of going long on this one, looks to me like it's too late, okay? Doesn't mean it can't go higher, but it's Russian roulette at this point, okay? So I would probably at this point not look to go long. You may have a heck of a short here during the wave 4, but we're not there yet, okay? So it's not giving signals of even that. Any pullback probably could be bought, but we're not getting a pullback right now. We're getting a higher high. If you are long already on this, then you'd want to put your stop right here. And if you get another pyramid at some other point, you just keep moving it up, ratchet your stops up, okay? That's the way I think I would handle that one. Okay, I want to look at Tesla too real quick. Tesla, I think, is in a bearish move down now. I think after this move down, we should get more highs. So I don't think Tesla's out of the picture in terms of more highs, but I think we're in a correction profit taking mode. And my target for this is down to 341 to 262. All right. And if you wanted to take a short trade on this, I think you could do it now. Put your stop above what we think is B wave. So if this is 3, this would be A, B, and C would resolve itself in the wave 4 target zone. So I'm going to put down Tesla as a short-term short, but long-term, it will make higher highs. So when it gets down to this target zone, you want to get rid of your shorts, and this would actually be a time to buy again for a longer term hold, okay? As we should, again, get above the 500 mark.
Bullish pyramid trading point entry.
Okay, CRCD. Let's take a look at that one. Not sure I typed that one in correctly. Oh, hold on. CRDO. There we go. All right.
Bullish pyramid trading point entry now.
Okay, so on this one here, Al, once again, you know, it would have been great to gotten in a lot earlier. Right now, we're seeing bearish divergence building on the owl. More highs are eventually coming, but I'm afraid you're going to get that profit taking before we get a move up. So I would hold off on this one. But again, wait for it to come back down and maybe a short trade at some point. But for right now, I'd leave it alone. Okay. All right. The other one, let's take a look at USO. That's the ETF for oil. And our target on this is around 100 to 125. So it popped out of the pennant that I have drawn on both these time frames. And it looks like now it's pulling back a little bit. And I would say any pullback here you can get right now is not a bad place to think about a long trade. I kind of would wait. I don't think we pulled back quite enough. I'm going to draw a pullback area on the 60-minute chart. We're starting to enter it. So I guess I would wait for the market to turn around, because if you draw a trend line on here, you can still see it's down. Okay. So wait for that to turn around, but that's probably pretty close to a buy again. And I'll put that on the watch list because that could be ready in a week or so. All right, let's keep going here. RBLX. Let's take a look at that one. All right, so most all of these, Al, you're showing me have basically moved up off its lows or bottoms, which is a good thing. And maybe we looked at these, you know, a year ago or so. We recommended them. If so, you're doing good on those. Use the pyramids for your stop losses at this point. We have bearish divergence. We do have green here. We do have green here. More highs are coming. But I think we're kind of getting close to a potential area of resistance, all right, which would be this target zone here. Doesn't mean it can't go higher, but the target zone begins at 69 and we're at 60, almost 67. So kind of getting close there. Now it could go to the upper edge of the target zone to 96, but at this particular point, I don't like to chase markets, so I would not recommend this one at this point. If you're in it, hey, enjoy the ride. Keep your stop. I would keep your stop right around the low of this pyramid here on the daily chart. And that should be keep you in as long as possible in case there's another move up. So I think that low is right around 59.39. So maybe a couple ticks under that. Okay, is where a stop should be. Okay. Well, we've been here for almost a half an hour. Boy, time flies. And that's kind of what we, you know, this segment is about a half an hour long. So I'm going to go over some of the ones that are on the list. So let me grab that and put that here, and we'll go over the ones that we like for this week. So let me just go back to my cam here for a moment. Okay, so on the buy list today, we have UNG, FOXA, which is actually a short trade. We don't see too many of those, but I think that's setting up for a good short trade. We have ROKU for a long trade, and then Tesla for a short trade, temporary short trade. Long term, we do expect higher highs. On the watch list, PAGS, ELV, WMT, and USO. So there you have it for this week. And we'll be back next week for another look. All right, so what I'm going to do here is just go ahead and end the session. I usually put it on some of the intraday time frames here, and you can kind of watch this for a few minutes before we shut the room down. I'll put a little music on, but in a case like this, you're looking at a basically a 15-second chart, a 1-minute chart, and a 5-minute chart on the MNQ, which happens to be the micro NQ. So I'll leave it there, and you can check that out. All right, my pleasure, Stuart. Thanks for being here. Hope you're doing good over there. And you guys have a great week, and we'll see you back next week. And thanks so much.